Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about why I don't collect sneakers anymore and kind of just my opinion about the whole sneaker reselling and some YouTubers that do sneaker reselling. So if you're interested in this video, stay tuned.
Our laces, all right.
Alright guys, so I would never call myself a big sneakerhead and I wouldn't call myself ever a big collector. However, ever since I can remember back in middle school, I loved watching sneaker unboxings and specifically Nike SBs. I'm talking about shoes like the Nike SB Skunk to the Lobsters, the red, the blue, yellow, purple, green, orange, that whole line. Even way back to the Freddy Kruegers, watching people review those. I mean, I was really into watching sneaker YouTubers, but I started then trying to find Nike SBs that I wanted to collect. So I looked for stuff that were like the Tiffany highs. I looked for the Nike SB Resins, the Bruce Springsteens, the Dr. Huxtable, the Lobsters. Like, you can name, there's so many Nike SBs, but my point being is that I started to collect and buy some of the shoes. Now, I love sneakers, I do, I'm not saying I don't, but the reason why I stopped collecting sneakers is primarily because once you get a certain amount in your collection, it gets to a point where you don't enjoy, in my opinion, you don't enjoy the sneakers as much as you once did. And it also feels like you're not really wearing the sneaker for the reason, or at least for me, I wasn't wearing the sneakers for the reason that I wanted to. So when you put on shoes, just my opinion, shoes are meant to be worn. I think that's the whole point of a shoe, is once you wear the shoe, especially when they're Nike SB, the whole point of them was to skate in the shoe. That's why they were invented. So with all of these shoes that I had, I was just like keeping them in boxes called dead stock. Essentially, like, once you buy it brand new, you don't touch it. It's completely new. The box is like untouched, that whole kind of thing. And I felt like I was just letting sneakers like sit in the shadows of my closet without ever wearing them. And even if I did wear them, I was like spending all this time cleaning them, and it was just like, what am I really doing, right? Like, this is just a sneaker. Like, if we showed these back to people, like, if we showed these shoes to people 100 years ago, they'd be like, what are you doing? Why are you cleaning your shoe every single day? Why do you have so many shoes, right? And obviously, there's a big passion for it, and people really love collecting sneakers. I'm not taking away from that. What I'm saying about myself was I got to a point where I no longer was really enjoying the shoe. I was just enjoying having them in my collection and saying that I own them. But at a certain point, you don't really enjoy it anymore, and that's something that I didn't want to just continue. So I decided to go on GOAT, Facebook Marketplace. I sold a lot of the shoes that I had, and shoes are pretty expensive considering Nike SBs. I don't think you could arguably find some of the rare Nike SBs for less than $300. I think they're all upwards from there, especially the ones that people really are, in desire for, that really want kind of the more higher end, higher names with Nike SBs. And it just got to a point where it's like you're spending so much money on a sneaker that you're just going to leave in a closet. It just didn't really feel like it was worth it to me. So I still watch videos where people collect shoes or they resell. Now, getting to that, the channels that I've seen and kind of my opinion about this whole reselling, and that's part of the reason why I stopped collecting, was I felt like the whole sneaker industry, when it came to like shoes, people are no longer really interested in wearing the shoes. It's all about making profit. It's all about getting the shoe from someone who bought it in a line, who bought it there, they sold it, then they sold it to this person, then this person. It just got to a point where I'm like, I don't need to go through all this just to get a sneaker. Like, a sneaker doesn't mean that much to me.
I gotta get a job before Marge finds out I was fired. That's it. I'll steal the sign, and they'll pay me to make them a new one.
I'll show you what we do with scammers like you.
A few that I really do like, and I think they're great channels. I think one is Top Shelf Kicks. I think they're probably the most authentic YouTube channel when it comes to sneaker reselling. I think they're always very honest. I think it's a great group of people. Now, there are some people, in my opinion, that are just kind of not too trustworthy, and I think you can think of a few, but there's been some scandals that have gone on in this reselling community with YouTubers. One person that comes to my head is Cam's Kicks. The reason why I used to watch him and I don't watch him anymore is I just think, again, it's all about this business of reselling, but in a sense, the guy just, I don't know, people say scam kicks, but to be honest, at the end of the day, I think it's just the way that he markets himself, the way that the YouTube channel is, it's just not really, it's not about the love of the shoe, and that's something that I think a lot of people who, I guess, are sneakerheads, that's why they became sneakerheads, that's why they do that. But reselling, to me, I understand it as a business, I know there's a lot of money that can be made from doing it, but at the same time, I think it also sometimes takes away from loving shoes and the reason why a lot of people fell in love with collecting, especially some of these like Jordans, Nike SBs. So, you know, at the end of the day, what I'd recommend is if you really want a shoe, if there's a shoe that you really want, like I think we can all remember when we were growing up in high school, middle school, elementary, getting that one shoe that we really wanted and putting that fresh smelling, just beautiful shoe on your feet just makes you feel so much better. I think anyone, I don't think anyone could argue that wearing a fresh new pair of shoes doesn't feel good. But what I will say is that when it becomes, you know, you're having 5, then 10, then 20 sneakers that you're not even wearing, it kind of becomes like no longer a collection, kind of an obsession with buying shoes. So anyways, let me know down in the comments below. I have 3 questions for you. First, what is your favorite shoe of all time? Number 2, what is the most amount of money that you've ever spent on a shoe? And 3, what is your favorite YouTube channel with someone who either reviews sneakers or resells or anything in that whole sneaker realm of YouTube? Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.